September 2026 brings Pisces into a financially important period where patience, financial maturity, creativity, and careful decision-making can work together to create meaningful progress. This month is not simply about earning more money. It is about understanding the true value of your work, protecting what you already have, reducing financial uncertainty, and creating a stronger foundation for the future. Current September forecasts point toward greater attention to income, budgeting, shared finances, career opportunities, and the need to avoid emotional or impulsive spending. You may enter September with a growing desire to feel more financially secure. Perhaps you have been thinking about increasing your income, finding a better position, starting a side source of income, paying off a debt, building savings, investing in your skills, or finally taking control of financial responsibilities that you have been postponing. You may also feel that you have spent enough time adapting to circumstances and now want your money to start working more effectively for you. September encourages you to take that desire seriously, but it also asks you to move carefully. Pisces naturally has a strong imagination. You can see possibilities before they become obvious to other people. Your creativity, intuition, empathy, communication skills, and ability to understand what others need can become genuine financial advantages. Your challenge is not necessarily a lack of ideas. Your challenge can be turning those ideas into consistent, measurable financial results. This month asks you to connect imagination with structure. Dream about something bigger, then create a plan. The beginning of September may bring attention to a financial matter that has been sitting in the background. A bill, payment, contract, debt, subscription, shared expense, or financial responsibility may need to be reviewed. Instead of avoiding the issue because it feels uncomfortable, take control of it. Look at the numbers. Understand what you owe. Understand what you earn. Understand what leaves your account every month. Once everything becomes visible, the situation may feel much less overwhelming. September is especially useful for financial organization. One current Pisces September forecast describes the month as a period when money becomes more manageable through small, practical decisions rather than dramatic changes. This is an important message for Pisces. You do not need to completely transform your financial life overnight. One subscription can be canceled. One unnecessary expense can be removed. One debt can be reduced. One invoice can be followed up. One new client can be found. One skill can be developed. One financial boundary can be established. Small decisions can eventually create major changes. One of the strongest financial themes of September is recognizing your own value. You may have become so accustomed to your talents that you no longer realize how valuable they can be to other people. Your creativity may solve problems. Your communication may make difficult situations easier. Your empathy may help you understand customers. Your imagination may produce ideas that others cannot see. Ask yourself a simple question. What do people naturally come to me for? Maybe people ask you for advice. Maybe they ask you to explain things. Maybe they appreciate your creative work. Maybe you are good at writing. Maybe you understand design. Maybe you can teach. Maybe you can work with clients. Maybe you have a talent for content creation, photography, music, beauty, wellness, marketing, consulting, education, or another creative field. That ability may have financial potential. You do not need to transform your entire life immediately. Start with one idea. Test it. See whether people are willing to pay for it. Then improve. This approach can help Pisces avoid one of the biggest financial mistakes: spending too much time imagining the perfect opportunity instead of testing a realistic one. If you are employed, September may bring greater attention to your professional contribution. You could receive more responsibilities, become involved in an important project, or find yourself in a situation where your skills become more visible. Career forecasts for Pisces during September emphasize focused work, professional visibility, negotiation, and the importance of making your value clear rather than simply working quietly in the background. This is important because Pisces can sometimes give more than it receives. You may help people. You may take on extra tasks. You may solve problems without asking for recognition. You may stay quiet because you do not want to create conflict. But financial progress sometimes requires you to speak. If you have achieved something valuable, document it. If your responsibilities have increased, recognize it. If you are producing measurable results, keep records. If you believe you deserve better compensation, prepare your case. Do not approach a salary conversation emotionally. Approach it professionally. Know what you contribute. Know what your work is worth. Know what you want. Then communicate clearly. The money and negotiation period highlighted by 1 September 2026 Pisces career forecast falls around September 6th to 11th, making that period particularly suitable for conversations about rates, raises, invoices, and financial terms. For Pisces natives searching for employment, September may bring useful professional opportunities through communication and networking. Someone may recommend you. A former colleague may contact you. A client may introduce you to another person. A conversation may lead to an opportunity that was not publicly advertised. Do not underestimate personal connections. Your ability to make people feel understood can be one of your strongest professional advantages. During interviews, however, do not rely only on personality. Prepare. Research the company. Understand the role. Know your strengths. Prepare examples of your achievements. Show that you can turn creativity into results. Your sensitivity can attract people. Your reliability will make them trust you. September also encourages Pisces to be more confident when discussing money. You may sometimes worry that asking for more will make you appear demanding. It will not. If your work has increased in value, your compensation should be allowed to reflect that. You can be kind and still negotiate. You can be generous and still establish boundaries. You can be humble and still know your worth. These are not contradictions. They are signs of financial maturity. Spending is another major theme this month. Pisces can sometimes spend emotionally. When you feel tired, stressed, disappointed, or overwhelmed, buying something pleasant can temporarily create comfort. A meal, a new outfit, a beautiful object, a trip, entertainment, online shopping, a hobby. There is nothing wrong with enjoying money. The problem begins when spending becomes a way to manage emotions. Before making a purchase, ask yourself whether you genuinely need or value it, or whether you are simply trying to change how you feel. This distinction can save you a surprising amount of money. 1 September Pisces forecast specifically warns against emotional spending and suggests reviewing recurring bills, subscriptions, and shared expenses around the month's new moon. September is therefore an excellent month to review automatic payments. Look at subscriptions. Look at memberships. Look at streaming services. Look at delivery expenses. Look at online purchases. Look at bank fees. Look at services you forgot you were paying for. You may discover that money is leaving your account without providing enough value. Cancel what you do not need. Reduce what you can. Redirect the savings towards something important. This month is also about protecting your money. Current forecasts differ in their exact astrological interpretation, but several emphasize caution, financial restructuring, and avoiding major decisions without proper research. Do not assume every opportunity is a good opportunity. You may hear about an investment. Someone may tell you about a business. A friend may recommend a financial product. Social media may make something look extremely profitable. Slow down. Research independently. Understand the risks. Ask what could go wrong. Understand how much you could lose. If someone is pressuring you to act immediately, that is another reason to pause. You do not need to prove your intelligence by making a fast decision. Sometimes the smartest financial decision is waiting. September may also bring important developments around shared money. A partner, family member, business associate, or another person may be connected to your financial situation. Perhaps you share expenses. Perhaps there is a loan. Perhaps there is a property matter. Perhaps you are discussing an investment. Perhaps someone owes you money. Whatever the situation, clarity is essential. Discuss responsibilities. Discuss payment. Discuss expectations. Discuss deadlines. Discuss what happens if circumstances change. Do not assume that everyone understands the agreement in the same way. A clear financial conversation can prevent a much larger problem later. For Pisces entrepreneurs, September can be an important month for reorganizing the way money moves through the business. You may discover that some services are profitable while others consume too much time. You may realize that certain customers require too much work for too little return. You may find that your pricing needs to change. You may decide that a business expense is unnecessary. You may finally create a better system for invoices and payments. These changes may not feel exciting, but they can make your business healthier. 2026 Pisces business forecast emphasizes protecting cash flow, reducing low-value work, and allowing stalled proposals to resume as September progresses. Do not spend money simply because you want your business to look bigger. Spend because the investment has a purpose. Look at revenue. Look at profit. Look at operating costs. Look at cash flow. Look at customer demand. If you are thinking about hiring someone, buying equipment, launching advertising, or expanding, ask whether the business can comfortably support the expense. Growth should be based on evidence, not excitement. September can also be valuable for turning creativity into a second income stream. Pisces may have talents that are currently underused. Writing, teaching, design, music, photography, content creation, coaching, consulting, marketing, beauty, art, online services, education. Your imagination can become financially valuable when it solves a real problem for someone else. Do not underestimate something simply because it comes naturally to you. Sometimes the skills that feel easiest to you are precisely the skills other people struggle with. If people repeatedly ask for your help, pay attention. There may be a business opportunity hidden inside that pattern. You do not need to launch something enormous. Start with one service, one customer, one project, one result. Then build. September rewards consistency more than perfection. Education and professional development may also become financially important. You may consider taking a course, learning new software, improving communication skills, earning a certification, or developing a professional ability that can increase your income. Not every expense is a loss. Some expenses are investments in future earning power. Before spending money on education or training, however, ask yourself what practical result you expect. Will it help you qualify for a better job? Will it allow you to charge more? Will it attract better clients? Will it create access to a new market? Will it improve your efficiency? If you can answer those questions clearly, the investment may be worthwhile. If you cannot, take more time to research. September may also encourage Pisces to create a stronger emergency fund. Financial security is not only about having a high income. It is also about having protection when something unexpected happens. A reserve can help with repairs, unexpected bills, career changes, family responsibilities, temporary income reductions. Having savings can prevent you from making desperate financial decisions, can give you time. And time is one of the most valuable forms of financial freedom. You may also begin to think differently about what wealth actually means. Perhaps you once believed wealth meant having more possessions, more expensive things, more travel, a bigger home, a more impressive lifestyle. But September can encourage a deeper understanding. Real wealth can mean having choices, the ability to leave a job that no longer serves you, the ability to take time away from work, the ability to support people you love, the ability to pursue a creative dream, the ability to handle an unexpected expense without panic, the ability to say no to a bad financial opportunity. That is freedom. That is security. That is a much more meaningful definition of wealth. Around the middle of September, you may begin to see your financial priorities more clearly. You may decide that one particular goal matters more than everything else. Perhaps you want to eliminate debt. Perhaps you want to build savings. Perhaps you want to start a business. Perhaps you want to buy property. Perhaps you want to increase your income. Choose the goal. Give it a number. Give it a timeline. Then divide it into smaller steps. A vague financial dream can remain a dream for years. A measurable financial goal becomes a plan. Pisces can benefit greatly from seeing visible progress. Track your savings. Track your debt. Track your income. Track your business results. Track your professional achievements. Every improvement gives you evidence that your actions are working. There may also be a financial turning point toward the final part of September. One forecast identifies the September 26th full moon in Aries as a moment when a financial matter connected with income, payment, debt, or salary could reach a culmination. This could symbolize a result becoming visible after months of effort. Perhaps you finally receive money you were waiting for. Perhaps you make the final payment on an obligation. Perhaps you decide to negotiate your salary. Perhaps you finally recognize that your current financial arrangement needs to change. Whatever form it takes, the larger lesson is the same. Know your value. Protect your resources. And do not be afraid to make a practical financial decision. As September progresses, you may also notice that delayed financial matters begin moving. One 2026 Pisces money forecast specifically describes September as a period when delayed payments can arrive. Side income can become steadier, and financial balance can return after uneven outflows earlier in the year. This does not necessarily mean a sudden fortune. It may simply mean greater stability. Payment arrives. A client returns. A side project becomes consistent. An expense disappears. A debt becomes smaller. Your savings begin growing again. These improvements matter. The improvement may happen quietly, but quiet progress is still progress. You may look at your finances near the end of September and realize that you are no longer simply hoping things will improve. You are actively creating the improvement. That is the difference. Pisces, your greatest financial advantage this month is your combination of creativity and intuition. You can understand people. You can recognize emotional patterns. You can sense opportunities. You can create. You can communicate. You can adapt. But these qualities become financially powerful when you combine them with structure. Intuition can identify an opportunity. Research determines whether it is safe. Creativity can create a product. Discipline turns it into income. Empathy can attract customers. Boundaries protect your time. Dreams can inspire you. A financial plan turns them into reality. Do not underestimate small improvements. One new client. One better contract. One salary conversation. One unnecessary subscription removed. One debt payment. One additional income stream. One professional skill. 1 month of disciplined saving. One decision to stop spending emotionally. Small actions can eventually create major changes. September is not asking Pisces to become obsessed with money. It is asking you to respect money enough to give it direction. Earn with creativity. Spend with awareness. Save with purpose. Research before investing. Negotiate when necessary. Protect your time. Protect your energy. And never allow temporary emotions to make permanent financial decisions. Most importantly, remember that your financial past does not define your financial future. Maybe you made mistakes. Maybe you spent too much. Maybe you trusted the wrong person. Maybe an investment failed. Maybe a business idea did not work. Maybe you accepted less money than you deserved. Maybe you experienced a period when financial uncertainty felt overwhelming. Those experiences can become lessons. They do not have to become your identity. September gives Pisces an opportunity to create a more stable, confident, and intelligent relationship with money. You are learning that wealth is not only about earning more. It is about keeping more, understanding more, protecting more, growing more, creating better boundaries, developing valuable skills, and building enough financial freedom that you can make choices without fear. Your next financial breakthrough may not arrive as a dramatic fortune. It may begin with one smart decision that nobody else notices. A budget, a new client, a salary negotiation, payment finally received, a side business, a new skill, a debt payment, a decision to stop emotional spending, a decision to finally charge what your work is worth. One of those small decisions may eventually become the beginning of a much larger financial transformation. Remember this, Pisces. Your financial future does not need to be built through one extraordinary stroke of luck. It can be created through creativity, discipline, patience, intelligent financial choices, and the courage to recognize your own value, one powerful decision at a time.